Susie, back into action this weekend and a trip to Worcester Warriors. What are you expecting?
Worcester's a tough place to go. They've been through some tough times, which only brings the squad closer. They're a good side. The position in the table doesn't reflect the level of talent that's in the squad. So we've been prepping, as we do for every game. We're quite changed up from round 3 when we played them last, and they are very, very different as well. So good prep, and we're in a good place, but we're very conscious of the threat that they can bring.
You've brought a lot of clean sheets to the party in recent weeks, but I know you were a little bit critical of the last performance. Have you talked about that and gone about it now?
Well, some of it was game 5 of quite a long run of games. Getting emotionally up and keeping that consistent and aligning that with the accuracy on the field, which was a little bit lacking again the first half against Darlington. But I think parts of that half and certainly the second half we really showed who we are. But as I said, we can't start slow. On the weekend we've got to get into them. We've got to be ready. We've got to be raring to go. And the feeling is good. I think we're ready to go.
What are you seeing from your team at the moment that's pleasing you?
Excitement, always. Smiles on faces, always, which is why they're such a brilliant group to coach. But and with that comes just some brilliant performances on the field, both individually but also a really nice cohesion, that probably this time last year we weren't seeing, both in attack and D. So, but that has to be maintained for 85 minutes, however long it takes to get the win. So yeah, there's some really pleasing stuff. There's always stuff to work on over the last 5 weeks, but as I said, we've put ourselves in a really good position to take on Worcester at the weekend.
Do you and Steve feel that you're getting your own stamp on things a lot more these days, that the players understand what they want from you as coaches?
Yeah, I think it's really helpful that we're in our 3rd season, and a lot of these players are now coming into their 3rd seasons or in their 3rd seasons, or those that have joined have been able to just move forwards with the main group, and that has put us in a really good position. So continuity is everything. So the same people doing the same things, the attacking shape, the defensive shape, subtle changes but not too many of them. And then I think their game understanding has improved as we've moved forward, and they're doing more of the work, which is important because they're the ones that take the field, and that is showing as well. So there's some great, we're not the finished article by any means, and that's the challenge. How do we keep moving forward? Because people are always going to keep catching up with you. So, we're in a great position now. It doesn't mean you're only as good as the last time you take the field. So on Saturday, we want to make sure it's a really good performance.
Like with any successful side, competition for places breeds success. Yes. And that's what you're seeing. Your squad now is incredibly strong. Probably the strongest you've ever had, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. The pack are incredible. The competition for the prop shirt, for the hooker shirt is, we're leaving really good hookers off the field. Yeah, exactly. The back row is unbelievable. So competitive that Kate Zachary's playing in the centre, but she's a brilliant centre. So everything is brilliant. Liv McGovern has really found her straps. She's playing really well. Flo's playing really well. So, I think the competition is bringing out the best in ourselves, which is great, because sometimes you find a bit of that competitive edge knocks you down a bit, but it's only building us and we're growing as a squad, and with that competition every single week, there's no one sitting on their heels. There's no one, taking it for granted that they're going to be on the team sheet. They're just going, oh God, waiting for that team sheet to come out on a Wednesday and going either few or frustrating because they want to be starting a game, but understanding their role, that a 23 is a 23, and to get a good 80-minute performance, it doesn't take 15, it takes 23. So there's some real maturity coming through our squad now, and hopefully it'll continue.
A lot's always made about your international squad, but you talk a lot about the local scene as well. This week, 6 girls from the Exeter College in that England 18s training group. How pleased are you to see that progress, and the system seems to be working?
Oh, it's amazing. 6 in the under 18s, 6 in the under 20s, and they were playing up in Edinburgh for Bucks yesterday, and there's been overlap. So Katie Buchanan, Lizzie Hanlon, they're overlapping into Chiefs, and then on the field, on the first team field, Merrin Doy just getting better and better and better. I've already talked about it. Flo Robinson, Maisie Allen, you know, all those young local players, and coming in behind will be the next generation. So we've got, you know, some of those under 20s, Sophie Langford, Danny Priest, you know, they're the future, and that's what's incredibly exciting for them to be a part of, because they're learning from the best, and they're finding their groove. And like you said, everything's kind of mirroring what the boys did, but in a slightly different way, and it's our way.